Good morning. Welcome to Planet Mojo. This will be the last of my 3 walkabouts. I wanted to split these up because they get too long, but I think the first one's going to be really long. I was up in the new land up there, the top lot is what we call it, and I ended up finding our lot line. So I ended up in the woods and all over the place. But now I'm at the north end of the property and in the vineyard. The vines did really crappy this year. They had lots of disease, and I had to prune the hell out of them, and I didn't crop them this year so that they could recuperate properly and build some nice cordons on them. So next year I'm going to crop these things and almost definitely just sell the grapes to a local vineyard. Don't have a vineyard in mind. I'll have to look for one. There's like a bulletin board on the Grape Association. Wisconsin Grape Growers Association is what it is. So they have a bulletin board, and I can post on there that I'll have some grapes for sale and hopefully sell my crop next year. But I do want to hold back enough to make I don't know what quantity of wine, but I would like to make some wine, whatever I'm capable of making with the resources that I have. I'm not going to make a big batch of wine. So they look pretty damn good for this time of year. This is what they look like this time of year, regardless of whether they had disease or not. They start the leaves start dying back like this, and they just generally look like crap, which is about what they're doing. But there is a lot of disease in this vineyard, so I'm hoping most of the leaves just blow away. I don't want them to remain here, but I'm gonna have to be damn sure that I get in and get everything sprayed on time next year, and I'm gonna spray these with dormant spray. Once the leaves are gone, these will be sprayed with dormant spray, I believe, this fall, and then again as soon as the weather is going to be 50 degrees or over in the spring for 24 hours, 50 degrees and over for 24 hours. That's when you do the spring spray. And then normally I scrub off the scaly bark because that's where a lot of the pathogens live, is under the bark. They spend the winter there. So if you scrape that off, they have no place to hide. The UV rays in the winter will kill it. But I don't know if I can go through all that on this many vines. As I get more vines, it becomes more difficult to do all that detail work. Maybe if this is like a sole source of income or something someday, which I doubt. Yeah, you could see this old bark, flaky bark. You peel it off, and now nothing's gonna overwinter right there. So the vineyard looks fine. The new row, I still did not get the end posts in there. I really need to get them in there, but I can wait till spring if I want to, but I don't. I want to get them in this fall, even if I don't put the wire on. I really want to get those in this fall. So hopefully that'll happen if I get a break in the weather long enough and I don't have too many other things going on. I'm hoping to get that done. Just got out of the vineyard and I could hear this ticking. That means it's shorting. This is the electric fence in the north pasture, which should not be on right now. There's no horses in here, and there will be no horses in here for the rest of the year. So this fence needs to be off, and as soon as this dries out, my daughter needs to get in here and mow this. It needs to be nice and low, just like this, for the winter. And I need to get over there and cut out those trees. Yeah, a lot of work to be done. But over here, my chestnut, this is the best it's ever done. And I need to get this fencing is not big enough. So I need to extend this fence, make it a bit bigger. And I might put a little piece of fence over the top so that the deer don't eat the growing ends of the tree off, which really screws up their growth. But I absolutely have to get, I might even put another fence around the bottom part there so the rabbits don't girdle this thing again. They girdled the original tree, and because these sprout really well from the root, this one came out of the side of the old stump, and several came out of the ground like this. We got two more. I cut the other ones out, and we got two more coming out right now. I'll cut those out as well. I just want the one tree there, not a bush. So, got to get that done. And soon. Right now the rabbits have tons to eat, so it's not a problem. But as soon as the food gets scarce, they're going to go after this because it's a smooth bark tree and the bark is pretty edible. Okay, got to bring some kerosene down here. There's Maisie again. Oh, I don't know if she was in this video yet. But there's Maisie the cat. She likes to come with me. And she heard her name, so she thinks I'm going to pet her now. I got to bring some kerosene down here and get these piles burned. Those are the cuttings from the vineyard, just loaded with disease. And quite the mess. Still got bees going in there and there's a lot of sugar in there from the grapes that were pulled out. And we'll take a quick look right here. I planted prairie milkweed all through here. Pretty late in the year, but that's one right there. So, oh, it's been probably a month. There's one right there, but they're all over the place. There's one back there. It looks like they're going to take. There's one right there. They look nice and healthy, and their root system has to be into the ground around it by now. So I'm going to have to watch this next year and see if this comes up and kind of protect it. I need to get seed from it next year. I want to get the prairie milkweed interspersed in the different savanna areas to give the monarchs something to eat and breed on, and not have to have common milkweed, which is very invasive. It just takes a place over. So I'm going to head over to the west pasture, take a quick look there, and wrap this up. Another shorting fence. This fence is meant to be on, but we're only using that south loop up there right near the dry lot. This entire northern part does not need to be on. It should be disconnected. I threw a ton of seed along this road when I cut the yellow foxtail out. You can see yellow foxtail there, but you can also see that a lot of the seed has taken already. So this is orchard grass that I threw. At some point, hopefully, the orchard grass will take over and the yellow foxtail will be gone. If the weather holds out and we don't get a real hard frost soon, I might be able to put the horses back on this. I mean, areas of it are pretty low, but that, it looks like right in here, where it's all yellow and dead looking, that is probably yellow foxtail that just died back because it's an annual. I've reseeded all of this stuff, and I don't want the horses eating that, but they will do it. But the grass that is established, like up through there, and there's quite a bit up this way, it is actually coming back real nice. I mean, there's some fairly decent grass in here too. We need to mow this right before winter, or have the horses graze it down. And well, we still have to mow it, but it sucks wasting any grass because then you got to pay for hay. Yeah, it's pretty damn thick right over here, so I might let those horses get back on this for a bit. These are all those trees that were up along the road, well, and in the field here. There's all the stumps. What's left of the stumps, I've been cutting stumps for a week now. And then it rained for the last, I don't know how many days. I still got to get in here and cut the stumps, but it's just too damn wet. It'll be a miserable job, and I don't feel like doing it. But if this dries out for a little bit, I mean, I got stumps over there, stumps everywhere over here, and I really don't like having these 2-inch stumps around when the horses are in here, because if they fall or if they roll on it, they just jump on the ground and roll around. If they roll on it, that can actually puncture them, and that would not be good. Before I planted any grass in these pastures, I did a lot of research on it, and the orchard grass is supposed to be the best fall grass. It comes back the best out of all the grasses in the fall. That other pasture is bluegrass, and that is not going to grow anymore. It'll grow a tiny bit, but that'll just get cut, and that'll be it for the year. But this grass is making quite the comeback. This was cut, maybe 2 weeks ago or so. And yeah, you can see where this is from cutting it right here. And it's making one hell of a comeback. So it does look like I'll be able to graze the horses out here. One last graze, and then they're shut up in the dry lot for the winter. This is that temporary fence I put in a few days back. Well, it's probably been like 5 days now. You can see we got some pretty good grass over here. I think if I leave these horses over here on this stuff, I don't know, maybe a couple more days, leave this partition in, and then put them on that side, maybe the end of the week. Hopefully they can get 3 more weeks out of this. Get all the way to the end of November. Yeah, you can see all of my nice little grass coming up, along with big ass footprints from both me and the horses. But this stuff will do fine. It'll grow. But you could see where the horses have mowed this all down, which is exactly what I wanted. They usually ignore this area and eat along the road because it's easier to eat there. They are the laziest grazers there is. They want to eat the best grass in the most comfortable position. Yeah, they're really chewing up the ground out here. They shouldn't really be out here in this wet, but oh well, I'll have to come back and fix it. Whenever you have these deep hoof prints like that, you got to make sure you get some decent seed in it. Otherwise, you'll have spots of weeds all over wherever the hoof prints are. Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job. You know, some of this stuff, like right here, they're not going to eat this. They've already shit here. So once they crap there, this is a toilet and they're not going to eat there. But they did get some real nice grazing done back in here, which is a real hard area to cut, which is a good thing. Yeah, and they got all down there, which is awesome. Oh, they were grazing through here. They must have grazed here and then shit here. How you guys doing? She's tearing up my grass. See, I was right over here somewhere, getting ready to end the film, and blue was rolling, just started rolling out of the blue, somewhere over here, and Mark was being all cool and lovey-dovey, and the battery went out right in the middle of all that. So I don't know if any of it shows. I think a little bit of the rolling might show, but you will have already seen it by now. Little bit of foxtail here and there, but there isn't a whole lot in these fields. I've been seeding this since the very beginning with orchard grass. So this is pretty good grass in here, and it's getting better all the time. I still got to get rid of trees and weeds. That's a tree. This is pigweed. Hello, Mr. Mark. So how's the grass down here? Oh, you are really chewing up my ground here. Do you see the new grass there? Marky, you see the new grass down there? That's for you, big boy. You can't stomp on it. Yeah, that's a camera. Oh, he's been rolling too. Yeah, they're real happy to be out here. So, yeah, these horses have really eaten this down pretty nice. Good deal. I just wish they didn't tear the place up so much. This, I wish they would eat, but I don't know why they don't go in there. And it's not because there's a tree across it. They'll go and eat right under the damn tree. They can jump over it. They're eating through here. Maybe they ate a little bit through here, but no, not much. Lots of grass in there, though. Problem is, once the grass gets too long, it's not as palatable. Yeah, you can see they were eating all through here. They did a whole lot of eating up there by the shed. And here is my wife hooked this up. It's kind of a temporary thing, but you can, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but we have a little short right over there somewhere. But the fence is hot, and this is that wire that I did in that other project. Comes underground and pops up here. But this is going to get new T-posts along here in the not too distant future. So what I'm going to do is combine the 3 wires and do a more permanent job. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this video. If you like our videos, please subscribe to the channel. Click on the update icon and you'll receive notice when we put out new videos. And have yourself a great day.